And hey, hi everyone. Welcome once again to another video. This is Fifi Squeaks, the mouse girl and the house girl, and we're here to play some games. Pronouns she, her. Today we're going to be trying another game that's in my backlog that was donated to me by Emiko, and before the Old War, there lived two factions, the Tea Princesses and the Coffee Regions. The Tea Princesses chose to rule their realm separately, allowing each princess to govern by her own virtue. But the Coffee Regions chose to unify their lands, forming the Great and Terrible Coffee Empire.
Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
The most eminent regent, the Coffee Emperor, rose mighty armies and waged blind conquest across the continent. Their domains now splintered, and on the brink, the Tea Princesses must embark on a quest to reclaim their homelands. So, this is a game by 3 Halves Games called Sovereign Tea, which is such a cute name, can I just say? Now, I don't know much about this game, but we'll say that my partners decided to give me this game because they saw that it was on my wish list and wanted to get it for me. And the amusing, kind of unfortunate part is that literally 2 weeks later, the game became free to play on Steam because the devs apparently made a lot more money than they thought, and they just said, "We made enough, here, take it for free." Which isn't that the most awesome thing ever? So, let me just check the settings. Post brew mode. I have no idea what this means. Now, I am going to turn down the volume just a little bit. So let's do 70%, 70%. Enemy AI instantly ends turns in story mode. Okay, well, let's give it a try. Now, we could try the tutorial, but since we're trying... let's do the tutorial. Just try it out. From what it looks like based on the Steam page, it looks like kind of like a Fire Emblem game, but we're going to learn more here. Sovereignty tutorial. Learn the basics of play here. Rout the enemy. So, welcome to Sovereignty. It's time to learn how to play. Click on a tile to select the unit on that tile. Select the Bai Mudan. Welcome. Is this Bai? Oh, that's Bai Mudan. Once the unit is selected, its move action is selected by default. After selecting a unit, you can change currently selected action in the action bar if you so desire. Click on Tea Leaf tile to move Bai Mudan to it. Let's see, resource tea leaf. The tile can produce both a tea and coffee team and control none. The control at the end of the turn gains 2 plus 2 tea. Boon, tea leaf. The first team to claim this resource immediately gains 10 tea. So what I love about this is that this is... oh god, I've been playing too much Tekken 8 because this is just the ending fight between Azucena and Lily from Tekken 8.
Je te prouverai que le thé est supérieur.
Get ready.
You see what I mean? Anyway, let's see. Resource brewing. At the end of your turn, you will gain resources from the tiles you control. Pursuing to capture an unclaimed resource gains a boon, allowing them to immediately use those resources to make new units without having to wait. After a Tea Princess moves, her brew action is selected. With the brew action selected, click on a highlighted tile adjacent to Bai Mudan to open the brew menu to brew a tea of war. Sacrificial tea. This game is so goddamn cute already. Ability Blitz. Ability activates before this unit attacks another unit. Deal 4 damage to target units of 7 or greater max HP. I'm guessing 4 movement, 3 HP to attack. Requires 2 tea to build. After brewing a tea minion, it is selected. Use it to fight the enemy ahead. Move your tea minion to the enemy by clicking on a valid tile adjacent to the enemy. So I'm guessing you can't do diagonals, so let's just do straight ahead. After a tea minion moves its attack action, it's selected if it has no other actions. The attack selected, click on the enemy. Perish. In addition to tea princess, you can brew tea minions from resource tiles in your possession. Click on the tea leaf tile to select it. Hover over when the action bar is active, use the tab key to switch between unit and resource views. Switch to the resource view and brew another tea of war. And then we can continue the combat. Oh, so you can attack diagonally. Wait, can you? No, yeah, it has to be non-diagonals. Now it's time for the coffee. The evil coffee! You hear that, HazardSeal? You're a villain. I remember when Tekken 8 first came out, a lot of people complained about HazardSeal because of her dodgy nonsense. But hey, let's see what happens next. Some minions require multiple different resources to be brewed. The more resource unit requires, the more varied and specialized it is. To prevent the enemy from utilizing these resources, you should prioritize capturing every resource tile. Capture the blueberry tile. Okay, so you can move, attack, and then move again. That's going to be really useful to know. With all these resources, you can now brew more exciting minions. Sacrificial tea units have low HP, but they explode on death, dealing massive damage to their opponents. Brew a sacrificial tea. So we can do that. And so I'm guessing that what was the blueberry? So this is blueberry. And we got an achievement and explosive start. One last thing before we send you on your way. Unlike resource tiles, when a tea princess brews a unit, she imbues it with special abilities. This varies based on the tea princess. Hover over tea princess to princesses to learn more. Always be conscious of which tea princess you use to brew a minion. Defeat the caffeine reaper to end the tutorial. And I think we can end our turn, right? End this unit's turn. Oh, there's more we could do. I guess we could brew another unit. Alright, now it's the coffee's turn since we're out of actions. Oh, we didn't, apparently the caffeine reaper. Oh, so that's what that thing does. And let's just make it I guess we'll just end our turn. How do we end our turn? Oh, hotkey in. Are you sure you went to... You have 0 units and 2 resource time. Oh, wait. Go back. Oh. So resource tiles get turns too. Let's see, brew a new unit in the tile adjacent. I think a tea of war will suffice. And we press tab so that we use the tile instead of the unit. So we'll get a tea of war. And we shall attack the Reaper. That didn't help. Alright, I think that's it. So, 1 unit. Oh, right, we have 1 more unit that can move. There we go. He wins, baby! Alright, so that's the tutorial. Now let's see what the game actually plays like, because based on the video on Steam, it has a story. And with that silly introduction about the war, the endless war between tea and coffee, I am dying to know what the story is. So let's watch it together, everyone. By Moudon's courtyard, her beloved garden of roses and white peonies. Good morning to you, my dearest garden. What pleasant adventures shall we embark upon today? Forces from the Coffee Empire this far south? Are they not satisfied with the occupation of our borderlands? How provocative, to encroach their troops even deeper into our realm, let alone my own courtyard. What a pitiable state we tea princesses have achieved. Excuse your impertinence, has the vanguard of the Coffee Empire no appreciation of beauty or concept of grace? Withdraw from my garden or suffer retaliation by my own hand. I suppose negotiation would be useless against an invasive body. Very well, combat it is. Rout the enemy. Alright, you can use your arrow keys to move the camera. So we can use WASD or mouse. Fight, reclaim your garden. If a tea princess dies, it's game over. Okay, so that's how we move around the camera. We can't do anything with WASD. I thought we could. Activates before... Ability activates before this unit attacks. I guess we could use the Pipsqueak Scout to hurry up and claim resources. So... There we go. And do we want another Pipsqueak Scout? We do have 6 resources, so I think it wouldn't be a bad choice to do that. Especially because then we can run the scout over here to grab that. Ah, there's a blueberry that we could have gotten. I think we're going to get a Tea of War, claim to space. Alright. And is there anything else we can do? Am I out of resources? Huh, I get... Oh, so you can actually zoom in too. Alright, looks like I'm out of resources for now. So, we end our turn, I guess? Wait, you have 2 resource tiles I can... Really? We do? Wait. Brew a new unit and tile adjacent to resource tile. Ingredient spent after selecting a brew. Resource only one brew. So the resource can only brew once per turn. Oh wait, that's right. This unit. So you didn't build anything. We could get another Pipsqueak Scout so that we can hurry up and grab that blueberry. And then from the blueberry, we can then build a sacrificial tea will bomb. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that to grab that space so that we can get the boon. And I think you need to start building Teas of War. And this Tea of War is going to go over there and fuck this Tea of War up. This coffee bean. Perish. Is there anything else that we have to do? One resource tile that hasn't done anything. No. So you built something. Ah, there we go. So we will build a pipsqueak, and that pipsqueak will go ahead and grab the blueberry, which is here. And so really it seems like turns can just snowball. And we'll get another pipsqueak Tea of War. And that Tea of War will form a vanguard here. Your turn will end automatically when you cannot take any further actions. You manually end your turn early if you desire. Okay. So we'll end our turn. And now it is the evil coffee empire. Oh, geez. Alright, navigating units and resources. Quickly jump between your units without using a camera. Press the spacebar. To jump between resources, left control in space. That's just smart. Sleeping units. Sometimes you want to end a turn without having to use all its actions. Sleep hotkey is F. Once a unit is slept, it cannot be unslept for the rest of the turn. Sleep carefully. It's true, everyone. Make sure you sleep carefully. So if we can take this guy out, then what we can do is get some extra turns. So let's have you... Okay, I know what we're gonna do. So you go here and attack. Wait, we can't attack. Oh, that's a scout. Scouts can't attack. Is right. Whoopsie doopsie. All right. So now we are learning. You don't want to load up your scouts with too much. Now I wonder if the explosion will hurt us as well. Okay, so it does not. So the explosion scouts are really, really strong. And we'll build a sacrificial tea. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a Tea of War. And let's see. Right, we can use spacebar. So the scouts can't really do much at this point except jump block, so we'll do that. Get ourselves a Tea of War. You're a pipsqueak scout, so you will go ahead and claim this blueberry. Tea of War. Looks like I am out. We're gonna have our princess move over here to hide. And I think that's going to be it, because all we can do is move units, but we don't have any further moves that are useful, so we'll end our turn. Okay, now. The scout will jump block. Scout will jump block, because that's all they can do. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a sacrificial tea. Oh, shoot. No, that's not what I wanted. Can I rewind a turn? Alright, so you have to be careful. Boom. All right, that one's down. So they've only got Is that an espresso? Alright, so the espresso can actually fight. So we have to watch out for that one. Let's get into the Tea of War to add some extra might. And I think you'll move here. And the princess will run away to stay out of danger. And the scout will move here just to help. I think that's going to be it, so let's end our turn. We have resource tiles that haven't done anything. Oh, perfect. So the Caffeine Reaper is almost down. And you can make a Tea of War. I think we're going to have the Tea of War attack the espresso that's on the bean. Because we want to take away their resources. Bleh! Sacrificial Tea will move in. Alright, that's done. And we've captured that space. And now a final Tea of War attack to take the win. By my hand, the Coffee Empire's advances have been halted. Though I suppose it would have been in my interest to leave at least one of the soldiers alive. Wait, we actually killed them? No matter, I shall pen them a letter and request a joint investigation into this incident. With that in mind, perhaps it would be best for me to convene with Shou Mai and Silver Needle prior to authoring it. I sincerely hope nothing horrible has befallen them. Is this Fire Emblem? But coffee and tea? Oh my god. The White Tea Realm, beside the famously verdant leaning trees. My dear... Oh, I love Silver Needle. I love Silver Needle so much. My dear Silver Needle, thank you for your haste in meeting me here. Always a pleasure. That said, I had quite a lot on my hands this morning. Rogue forces from the Coffee Empire attacked my castle. Silver Needle, don't tell me you and I are victims... Oh, that was her. Victims of the same misfortune. You too, huh? I guess it means Shou Mei was a likely target on their list as well. Those timorous fiends think they can eliminate us with their surprise assaults. They have yet to realize their mistake. By Mudan, advocating violence? Now I've seen it all. Don't mock me. I'm not. It's just uncharacteristically cute to see you suddenly stand up for yourself. Silver Needle, by Mudan, there you are. Shou Mei, thank goodness you're not hurt. I was sleeping in when Coffee Empire forces appeared out of nowhere. Good thing there were only 5 of them. Easy enough to deal with. Shou Mei, thankful as I am that you are unharmed, I must let you know how unbecoming it is of a tea princess to oversleep. You should try it sometime. Maybe then you'll understand. Ladies, this is not the time. Coffee is invading. You gotta defend the tea. You can't spill the blood of tea. Am I in the minority here? Exiguous? Exiguous? You know, let's find out how it's pronounced. YouTube!
Exiguous.
Alright, thank you for that. Now, let's go ahead and move on. There you go again with your strange vocabulary. Good thing I know how to translate the way you speak, bye-bye. Stop calling me that. Oh my god, this is giving me, this is giving me She-Ra Princesses of Power vibe, and I love it. I would love the chat. We do have bigger weeds to uproot here, like coffee weeds. Why did the Coffee Empire attack all of us? It can't be mere coincidence. I was under the initial impression that these were all rogue forces. If any has received a formal declaration of war, or they declare war before launching a series of surprise assaults. Formality dictates as such. Let's say you were invading another land. Would you want them to have time to prepare a counterattack? Dislike exercising my thoughts in such a manner, but your point has been made. Have any of us heard back from our border guard scouts? Any trouble there? Nothing new for me to report. Silver Needle, are you suggesting an expedition to the border? I am. We should all go right now. Oh! Or I guess we can just keep fighting instead. Why is this even happening? Just leave us alone. Disregard my earlier assessment. This clearly is an organized campaign, not a rogue force. Silver Needle, you're the commanding officer of White Tea in events of war. What are your orders? Ladies, listen up. Buy Mudan, brew the vanguard, and break through their defenses. Shomei, your brews will support the others and provide medical relief as needed. As for me, I guess they're gonna find out just how powerful my minions are. Now, we fight! Oh my god, I think I like this game quite a lot. Alright, so. I think the best thing to do. So, her ability, Brew. Units brewed gain 2 attack and 2 move, but lose 2 max HP. So basically, Berserker types. And you can grab this. Units brewed gain ability. After moving to a new tile, they will heal a J. Oh, that is so good! So she makes healer bots. And you... units brewed gain ability. When they attack a unit with 7 or greater max HP, they will deal 4 bonus damage. That means even their scouts. Alright, so now... we're gonna need a Pipsqueak Scout to grab this. How much HP do these guys have? 15! Means her ability is gonna be super good. I think we're gonna get a Pipsqueak Scout. And you... Actually, hold on. Before I do that, how much do these guys hit for? 10! Ah! But they take 5 damage when they attack things. So, do you guys remember Advance Wars Days of Ruin? Basically the Advance Wars game that was kind of like a post-apocalypse story? Because these units remind me of that. Because I remember the first enemy, I don't remember his name, but I can look it up on TV tropes. Like the Beast, I think. His enemies were extremely like... Or maybe it was him, but in either case, he was definitely like a hit hard, but sometimes flubs it up kind of character. If I remember right, he had the ability to like do massive damage or whiff. Like that was his thing. Anywho, so... Oh my god, everything is just berserk right there. So we're going to build a Tea of War for the extra damage. And that's going to provide some health. Not a lot. But then we can brew another. And I think a sacrificial tea would be best. Now, do we have anything that can... Let's go ahead and build a sacrificial tea. Now, thankfully, these guys don't move very fast. They only move 1 space per turn, which is gonna help. And let's go ahead and have you swing at this. You're gonna die, but... I wonder if these things can, like, kill themselves by attacking too much. Let's see. So they can't brew anything else. You can't brew anything else. Alright, so we need to get a hold of the raspberries. We can do that next turn. Holy crap! They got a big-ass army. Alright. Is there anything else we can do this turn? We have 1 unit and 3 resource tiles left to use. Oh, right. This guy. So let's have that attack, I guess, you. And no more units. Alright, so that resource tile can actually still do stuff. So I guess we'll build a Tea of War. We'll move in. Can't do much though. This tile can still act, so we'll get another Tea of War. Nice, so they can kill themselves. And you can still build... let's get another scout so we have another healer. We can't reach anything that we need, but that's okay. Decommissioning... Oh, shoot. I should have read that. Holy cow. So I think we're going to have this one attack. So let's get a Tea of War. Then we'll swing here. This... Oh, there's not much you can do yet, so you're going to be on standby. Nice. And let's brew... See, a Tea of War will do 2 damage. It will die, so that's what we'll do. We'll build the Tea of War. The Tea of War will attack this big hunk, and it dies. And then it'll take its turn to move here. The scout is going to move here to grab the raspberry, which will help. Because now we can... Wait, what's this do? Ability activates after this unit is hit by... Deal 2 damage to targeted unit. That's cool. Spearhead Force, 14 HP! Nice! Honestly, I think we kind of need the guard, so we're going to do that. I want her to build some of the prickly ones, because the prickly ones are going to be extra strong with her. So that's going to do 2 damage. We'll move that here. Nice. Let's see. I think we need to get them to start brewing. So let's have you brew a Tea of War so that we can have a healer. Nice, that's good. And you can brew a... Oh, wow. Nice, nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, can we build something big? Let's go and build a spearhead, another spearhead. That spearhead's going to move here. And you can't do much right now. By Mudan, we'll build that. The Guardian. And do we have enough resources to do anything else? Build the Tea of War. Build a Tea of War. And a Pipsqueak Scout so that we can grab some stuff when we can. Move in. I think she's going to stay behind because she is the princess. Although maybe if I move her closer so I can hit them with my sword. Because they do have attacks. They only have one attack. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, you princesses, you stay behind. Let your armies do the fighting. Let's have you move here. We'll have you here, just a chump block. Can't do much, and it looks like that's it. So, we'll end our turn. I appreciate that they do all the movement first before any attacks. I am kind of worried about how many Reapers there are, though. Okay. So what are we looking at? I think the first thing we need to do is just go ahead, move in, and start attacking stuff. So this one is going to move in, finish that one off so that I have some breathing room. And I think what we need her to do so you're going to build that, and let's have her build... Oh, we are absolutely building this. We're getting a tortoise jaw. And that tortoise jaw is going to move over here and start messing with people. That was a heavy cost to pay, but it worked out in my favor. Let's have a Tea of War. And let's have this Tea of War move here so that it can heal. The Pipsqueak Scout can't really do lots, so I'll just move that. Wait. Damn it. I should have moved it over because then it could have healed. But you have the Annex ability, but you've already moved. You have Tea Leaf. Alright, so you don't have any special abilities? So units are just better when you have the princesses actually make them. I'll have you move there. Oh, damn. Alright, so you've already built something. Let's have you build a Tea of War. That takes care of that. You can move in and take on one of these espressos. Wait, that does AoE damage? Deal 3 damage to adjacent. Holy crap! The Spearhead Force are awesome! Just shove them right into the middle of the pocket and, like, destroy everything. They are so rad. This one has an X, so move here to heal. This one doesn't have any special abilities, however, you can bully the weaker. So they have to be hit for that to activate. All right, so I'll remember that. No special abilities, so I'll just move you here. Tea of War, you have no special abilities. So I guess we'll just do this just to damage some of the enemies. And honestly, I kind of want to wait for next turn, so I'll hold my resources. Alright, so now time for the evil coffee's turn. He stole my raspberries! A phrase I never thought I would say, but here we are. Alright. So, let's see. Shumei will move here. And let's get ourselves... Gonna get a Tea of War. And that Tea of War is going to move here to do some healing. You know that? Oh, they only have 1 HP. Okay, so these two are not really great together. So we've learned something. We are going to move you. And I think we want another spearhead because... Yeah, because the spearhead is just ridiculously good from her. Because now we can just mess this thing up. That'll do 2 damage, that'll do 4, so that'll kill. That'll do... It has 4 health. I'll do 2 health. It'll do 1 back, and then I'll hit these for 3. So, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we need to get our resource back. Perish. Alright, that's ours. Oh, crap. Alright, so that's taken care of. You can't build anything else. You can't build anything else. So I think we want to get another... We'll get a sacrificial tea. And let's move you here. Can't really blow anything up. I will get that resource though. So we'll get a Tea of War. And that Tea of War is going to move here. It didn't really help. And, you know, I don't think that was a really good use of my time, but that's fine. Right. The only unit we have left is that one. I'm not going to bother building there because that's so out of action. And move in. Here we go. And our turn. God, the pricklies are so good. Oh, and because of Blitz, this is going to take 4 damage at the top. I'll do an additional 1, and when it blows up, it'll do another. So that'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think this guy will be at 1 HP. Nope, dead. Okay, awesome. So now, do we have anyone with an X? Yes, we do. So we're going to move the Spearhead Force here. Add some healing. Nice. A little bit more and we got this. Oh, snap. Those guys are a little more dangerous than I gave them credit for. Honestly, I think we can probably have her finish it up. So this is the highest damage unit we have. And T wins. We did it. We did it. Well, that's enough physical activity for me for a lifetime. Ah, if that's how strong we are against surprise attacks, wait until they see an organized effort. Now that this ordeal has been settled, I would like to once again bring up the question of their motivation. It's obvious, isn't it? The Coffee Empire hates the Tea Princesses and will only stop once our lands are no more. That's how it's always been. Military campaigns of the scale we just faced simply do not happen for reasons like that. If that were their motivation, they would have attacked us decades ago. Wonder if some internal conflict has happened within the Coffee Empire. Yo, are we gonna get a coffee princess? It's gonna be Assassina, just watch. Coffee regent with political aspirations decides to make a show of power in neighboring nations, perhaps. Are we just collateral then? Do our borders mean nothing to them? This force was large enough to cause a ruckus, but not large enough to subdue our realm. Infuriating. This would have been much easier to attribute to rogues. It never is that easy, unfortunately. It seems we have some questions the Coffee Empire needs to answer. Will they even acknowledge us? Do we have leverage whatsoever? It appears as if rallying the other Tea Princess will be a prerequisite duty. Hey, before we get carried away, let's just go over the border and ask them what's happening. It's very possible there's nothing more we have to do. Very well, I suppose we send scouts ahead of us just in case. I guess I'll brew a few. It's settled then. Let's embark! The Alkaloid River at the border with the Coffee Empire. We've reached the border. Past the river is the Coffee Empire. Confused. Their forces are within their territory, same as always. Aren't a few of them a little too close for comfort? What happened to our border guards? Appears that we've had a scout crossing the territory successfully, though. Don't recall us ever authorizing that. How is it still alive? I'm not sure it'll be alive for much longer. See that brew over there? What is that thing? I've never seen anything like it. Whatever it is, its gaze is set right at our scout. Defeat the enemy commander. Okay, who is the enemy commander? Let's take a look. Hopi Cham. Oh, 50 HP! We're gonna beat on that thing. Wake up, brew. Of course. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? For a quick look, I think we can stop here. This game actually rules. This game is really, really good, you guys. It's free on Steam. I'm going to put the link in the description below, so feel free to give it a try. But thank you again, Emiko, for buying this game for me. It's awesome. Like, for a Fire Emblem type of game with the silly concept of tea versus coffee, I really adore this. Very cute game. But honestly, I think I might have to continue this one on the channel. Holy cow. So we're going to stop here, but as always, is Fifi Squeaks, the mouse girl and the house girl. Pronounces she, her, and we've played some games. By the time this airs, it will be a Friday, so there won't be any special videos coming up or any streams. But you can always check me out on patreon.com/FifiSqueaks. And I'd like to thank Blastflight, and Main G Todd for their support. And you can also support me at ko-fi.com/FifiSqueaks. Or you can find me at twitch.tv/FifiSqueaks. So come on and visit. Oh, and also I do have a Throne account, throne.com/VVSqueaks, I believe. I'll put the address in the description. But other than that, thank you again for your support and for coming to visit. This has been awesome. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff that you've heard a million times from other videos. So, take care, goodbye, and as always, love you lots. Mwah.